Hey guys, so yesterday I had a foundation experience. I went to try and purchase a foundation. I asked for help with matching. It was not fun. I don't want to sit here and start like going on and on about it and moaning, but basically what happened was I kind of asked a lady, it was like one of the more high-end brands. I asked a lady to match me to a foundation to like give me my shade. I just have to say this woman was a different ethnicity to me, and that the shade that turned out to be the right shade for me, which I asked to try out 4 times, she said to me 4 times, well, that's my one. I don't think that would be right for you, basically, when I've tried the foundation out at home and it works for me, right? So yesterday I didn't have a great experience and it was quite frustrating, and I just wanted the right shade of foundation. So it can be quite a stressful experience trying to get the right foundation shade for yourself, and so I thought also, why not make a video about it, because it might help some of you guys that have trouble like picking out the right foundation shade for yourself, especially if there's kind of no one to help you and if it's a drugstore foundation and you're not sure what exactly to do. So I've basically written down 10 points. Whoa, it's so light, by the way. It's like I'm looking at a snowy wonderland outside, so it's like it's really overexposed at the moment, but yeah, I've written down 10 points which I'm just going to go through. Number 1, I think the most important thing is to know what you are, know what shade you are and what tone you are, and also to know what you want. I take it you already know like what colour you are, but I think more important is to know what tone you are. Some people have more of there's a cool tone and a warm tone with foundations. Not all foundation lines will cover both tones, but I think decent ones will. A really basic guideline to go by to see what tone you are is your veins on your wrist. If you have more green veins, you probably are a warmer tone. If you have more blue veins, you're probably more of a cool tone. For instance, I'm a warm tone. I have yellow undertones to my skin, and a cool tone person might have more pink undertones to their skin. And the second thing that you should probably know before you start looking into foundations is what you want from your foundation, and also what kind of skin you have. So do you have dry, combination or oily skin, and are you looking for a foundation that will be matte on your skin or give you a dewy, more dimension to your face kind of look? Okay, my second point, what might help you with finding things like the more drugstore foundations like Rimmel, Revlon, Maybelline, L'Oreal, all that jazz, is quite a handy thing might be to bring your present foundation along with you. My perfect shade ever, I'm pretty sure, is NARS Barcelona. So if I'm going to a range of different foundations and I don't know what's going to match me, if I bring my Barcelona along, I might just compare Barcelona with some other ones and get an idea of what shade might be better for me. Obviously they can look a bit different once they're on the skin, but my third point is about when you're testing the foundation on yourself. When I was kind of in my teens, I go into the stores and I put the foundation on my hand to see what would match me. I think personally it's better to test it on your face. Obviously a lot of you know that already, but nowadays I test it like around here on my jawline, not on my hand, because I think it can be a little bit different a lot of the time, and you know, the tone on your hand might be different to your face. Also know what exactly you want your foundation to match to. Like keep in mind, do you wear a lot of fake tan like very often, so you want the foundation to match your fake tan, you know, your tanned colour, or do you want it to match your natural colour? When you actually test it on yourself, what I recommend to do, and what a lot of the women do on the counters as well, is get 2 or 3 foundations in the shades that you think might work for you, and you can also try at different tones. Just do like 3 stripes or 2 stripes on your face alongside each other, and that way you'll be able to compare which shade blends in better with your skin tone and which don't, and you know, which might be too dark for you. And especially if you leave it on for a minute or 2, you might be able to notice if some of them oxidize and get a little bit darker than you want, because then you can go for the lighter one that might oxidize darker to match your natural tone. My fifth point is to now go outside with the testers on you, whip out a mirror, look at the shades in natural light. That's where you'll truly see if a foundation matches you perfectly or not, because inside under fluorescent lighting, yellow lighting, like it doesn't always come across. Point number 6, assistants. I don't know what they're called, the women at the counters, counter ladies. I want to throw it out there. I know like 90% of you guys, like if any of you do work on a counter, are lovely. I've come across loads of women that are really friendly and know what they're talking about and honestly like genuinely want to help you. But I've had a lot of really bad experiences with counter ladies as well. So I just want to like give you guys my advice for when you do come across maybe a lady or a guy that isn't that helpful or is a bit rude or makes you feel uncomfortable, makes you feel like you should rush, you should buy something. Scrap all that. They shouldn't make you feel like you should do anything. They should just be there to help you, like to honestly help you. So here are my things that might help. Don't be intimidated. Don't be intimidated by them. I know they can be intimidating, especially when you're a little bit younger. They used to intimidate the crap out of me. I used to be like, oh, I'm okay, thanks, and then like run off. You have the right to stand there and browse at the makeup for as long as you flippin' want. You're a possible paying customer, you know, so they shouldn't make you feel intimidated. Be assertive, which can be quite hard if you're a naturally kind of more shy person. If you feel like something's not right for you, don't waste your money just because you feel pressurized. Number 7, more so with the higher end makeup, you can always ask for samples, and that goes along with if you're not happy with what the lady or guy has put on you and you want to test it out to see if it works for you, you can always ask for a sample. I asked for one yesterday. Most counters will give you samples. My 8th point is to not rush into getting a foundation. I know sometimes when you really wanted it like on the day and everything, blah blah blah, say if they don't have it in stock, don't like get the wrong shade just because you want it quickly. For me, it's the best way is to go foundation shopping on my own, because then I'm not making someone like a friend wait around for me to kind of go and test and do everything. So just take your time. My 9th point that could come in quite handy, also if you're not sure if it's right for you, is to find out what their return policy is. Some shops will let you return shades and foundation and makeup if you get home and you find it's not right for you, but some won't. I think Superdrug do and Boots don't. That's a little, I might be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. So find that out, because you could always come back and get the right shade for you. This one could be a little bit controversial. It really depends on the person, but I think I was told, and I think I did train in makeup and hair as well, and I'm sure they said this when I was training. I could be wrong. But if you're kind of stuck in between what shades you should get, they don't have your shade, say, and maybe you should go a little bit, tiny bit lighter or a tiny bit darker. Personally, I think you should go a tiny bit lighter, because foundation does have the tendency to oxidize during the day when it kind of reacts to the oxygen, as you might think from the name, and it does turn a little bit darker during the day anyway. So say if you get the darker one, you'll get even darker. But with a lighter one, you can always contour, you can always bronze the colour to be a bit darker and to kind of fall in place of your natural skin colour and tone. Obviously, don't go a lot lighter. If the shade up is too light for you, go darker. But it's up to you. If you like looking darker, if you like looking more tanned and everything, then go for the darker one if you want. But I think that's my technical bit of advice. I hope you guys like this video, and I really hope some of you find it helpful. Please let me know if this was helpful or if it was just me babbling on and on, because I hate sitting here and like boring you guys by just talking and talking. Let me know if you've had a bad experience with a shop assistant. I want to know I'm not the only one. I'm sure other people would want to know if they're not the only one as well. Let me know what you want me to film, because I'm having a few like mind blanks at the moment. I just don't know what to film. I think that's everything before I babble too much. Thank you for watching, and do let me know if it was helpful, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!